Connor, what's the coolest thing a mic'd up ref has ever said to you before an opening face-off?
Yeah, I mean, we got one, so I guess welcome to the league, I think. I don't remember too well, but yeah, that's it.
What's going through your mind is that's happening because you're standing across from Sidney Crosby. You are about to do like one of the top 5 toughest jobs in hockey, which is beat Sidney Crosby at something. And so much of the focus is on you, and you're in this kind of, not in a bad way, like you're in like a PR moment 1 second before all this begins.
I mean, I didn't think of it at all, the PR. I mean, I was playing hockey, and of course it was cool with Crosby facing off against him, kind of childhood idol. So he sucked the drawback on me, but yeah, I tried my best, and yeah, I wasn't thinking about kind of anything else.
Kevin, as a young guy, you want to get kind of caught up to the league and fit in with the veterans. Do you feel pressure to just like have a bunch of kids and get worse at skating so you can be one of the guys?
No, definitely haven't thought about that one. But yeah, it's like kind of fitting. It's been good. We have such a good like veteran core, young guys kind of mixing. So yeah, you feel comfortable here. You feel like you can just go play hockey and have fun. So it's good.
You look at the media attention that he gets, and you're like, better him than me. Thank God it's not.
He can deal with it, not me. So he's probably better at answering questions anyways. So.
I mean, for you, obviously the media attention has been insane. Was there any way that you could have been prepared for how much it was heading into the season?
No, but I mean, most of it is you're not really doing anything. I mean, there's interviews, and you know, I've been answering questions for years now, so that doesn't bother me too much. But you know, a couple extra events for sure. But I think, you know, I'm more grateful for it's kind of the first time in everything and all this, so I'm having fun with it. But it's definitely a lot of stuff, and I think now it'll die down a bit for sure.
With the older guys, and you know, Foligno particularly, has there been a moment where you've been like, thank God this guy is here to kind of help shepherd me in?
Yeah, we have a lot of really good guys. Obviously, Pears and Foligno are two that, you know, people kind of looked at as obviously the guys been around the league and have experienced everything. I mean, Perry's won everything there is to win, and so that's pretty cool just to hear from them and just watch them on an everyday basis, kind of how they go about their business. And for me and Kevin, all us young guys, it's big to have guys like that.
Everybody has welcome to the NHL moments. Mazel tov, by the way, on scoring your first goal against the reigning Vezina winner. Not bad. Everyone has like these welcome to the NHL moments. But just as a person in a new profession, did either of you guys have a welcome to the holy smokes, everything here is different kind of moment? I don't know how this works. I don't know what that thing they're talking about is.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like, I think it's definitely a lot more professional. I feel like just how everything's handled. Like, back in junior, like we're busting all of our games here. You charter, so just stuff like that. Like, I don't know. And then yeah, like welcome to NHL. Like obviously, like just in warm-ups when you like look across at these grown men. You're looking over at like Crosby, Pasternak, all these guys that you grew up watching. So that's kind of like, it's just pretty cool to line up against those guys and really just go against them and just kind of see how you fare. So, but yeah, definitely it's a different, better lifestyle than we got in junior. So
maybe the thing for me was when we came for development camp and you got introduced to like 50 people and they're all working for the team, which I thought was pretty cool. Like everyone has their specific job with the team and they're like, you know, a master of that one specific thing. So, you know, whatever you need, there's always a person for it. And I think that's something that kind of struck to me right when I got here.
It sounds like the scene in the movie Annie. You know Annie, Little Orphan Annie?
No.
Oh, yeah.
She gets to Daddy Warbucks' house. You know what I'm talking about. He's got a fucking butler for everything and all these things, and she's like, this is not the world I know.
I know that movie.
I don't know.
I can't believe that you're the one, because we were talking to the other guys.
Yeah.
We were talking to the other guys, and they were like, he doesn't watch anything. He doesn't know anything.
I was just like getting called a robot by everyone else. It's crazy.
Say something inflammatory right now, controversial, and then people won't think you're a robot. I'm just kidding. What's the worst thing you could say? No. How did it feel scoring your first goal on a wraparound? Because especially young forwards, you could make like a map of where people don't think you're going to go. You're not going to go to the house. You're not going to go anywhere near the net. You're not going to go in the corners. And you, I mean, since you've been in the league, really do kind of seem fearless with that. How did it feel scoring your first goal that way?
Yeah, I didn't think about really how I scored it. It was a bit of a weird play. I just kind of threw it on net and it popped there, and the Allmark didn't really know where it was, so it was kind of lucky. But yeah, maybe not the one I expect. I don't know if I had a wraparound goal all of last year, so definitely not something you expect. But yeah, with what you said about going to the net and stuff, I think guys are bigger and stronger, obviously, but that's where goals are scored. So just try to figure out how to get there. But yeah, I didn't think about how it was scored, but it was definitely not what I was expecting, I don't think.
What's your favorite song from Annie?
I have no clue. I know the one, like the famous one that they sing, the Hard Knock Life or whatever.
Hard Knock Life.
Yeah,
There's all you might know Tomorrow.
No. Yeah, I know that one too, actually. But probably Hard Knock Life is more popular.
Boys, I'm not telling you how to live your lives. Pop on the soundtrack. Next time, maybe you're on a long road trip. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Miss Hannigan, she hates the kids, but she's got a lot of songs about how a lot of her songs are about how she's going to like kill the kids. So don't listen to all the songs. It's a great show though. Peter.
If you, I mean, you guys don't pick your goal songs, right?
No.
Yeah. I know the Sabres do it, and
Yeah.
and Jeff Skinner picked High School Musical. So if you guys had to pick your own goal song, what would you pick?
I got no clue, honestly.
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably just some like upbeat, like I don't know, like rap song maybe. Just something that's like I don't know, pretty like hype and like get the fans going, or maybe like a throwback, something like that. But
What's a throwback to you?
I was going to say getting jiggy
Throwback?
with it. Is that like
I don't
Yeah,
even
what
want to
is a
know the
throwback?
answer, but like, what is a throwback to you guys?
I don't even know like on the top of my head. Oh,
Yeah,
you got
asking
this.
you, yeah.
What's a throwback NHL jersey to you?
I mean, Mighty Ducks, I guess.
Yeah, probably Doc's first one to think of.
That's still a throwback
Yeah, it's a good
to
jersey.
me. So
Harry wore it, though.
Oh yeah,
He was
oh
on
my
the- he was on the
goodness,
Mighty
yeah.
Ducks.
Yeah.
wow?
Holy.
You should
Yeah.
ask him. Just be like, hey, like, what was Gordon Bombay like as a coach? Was he?
Oh,
do you
yeah.
guys get that reference? The
Yeah.
mo- did you watch
Mighty
the
Ducks.
movies?
Yeah, I've only seen the one.
Awesome. So I want to pull back for a second at the like people make you out to be a robot thing. Do you mind that, or do you like embrace like I am hockey and I am better at hockey than any of these other guys? So if I just need to be the hockey guy, fine, I'll be that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care too much what kind of people I don't know think or whatever, but I think it's pretty funny how it works. You do an interview where you get asked whatever the same question for the 100th time, and it's like, oh, this guy sucks, But you don't know these people, and but everyone has an opinion, and that's how it's always be. I think I was the same as a kid. When you see a player, for whatever reason, you might not like them or anything. It's just how the world works. But yeah, I mean, these people don't really know who I am, off the ice, of course. But yeah, whatever I'm perceived as is fine.
Give us feedback. Which of the questions we've asked have been asked in a million other interviews? Because I know that they're hitting the Annie stuff. And
Yeah.
No.
trying to get to the
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't even think any. Yeah. Like I feel like most
Love
of
that.
Yeah.
That's the best.
impressive.
Do you like? Do you like that sort? I mean, Foligno said that you are one of the guys, and you love being in the room and shooting the shit with them and everything. Obviously, you're both at the beginning of very important jobs, so you're going to take it serious, and that's great that you're professional. But do you feel that you're acclimated to like, okay, this is where we are now, and I can bust chops, and I can have my chops busted?
Yeah. Yeah, I think both of us feel really comfortable in the room, and that's something I think you're maybe more nervous about even than the hockey at first. Is like, I want to fit in, and you don't know these guys are, they got families and they're older and stuff. But yeah, right away, I think all our guys made us feel so comfortable, and going to the room, I feel, super at home, and it's always a safe place, and where you have some of the most fun is in the room or on the plane, on the bus. So that makes it way more enjoyable.
Was there a moment or a particular thing where you were like, damn, these guys are old? Like,
Yeah.
they're much older.
Maybe the Mighty Ducks. For
Yeah,
Paris.
well, I think just playing with like being teammates with guys with families and kids, like it's just such a different like thought. Like back in like junior, playing with guys that are just like 16-year-olds old, call-ups are 50, and then you go and you're playing with guys that are in their 30s, late 20s. So it's just like, it's just so different, I feel. But like at the same time, like all the guys kind of focus on the same thing, just playing hockey and just gelling as a team and having fun. So it's a pretty good dynamic. It's cool.
And it's funny. What is it? Is it the 19 in junior? There's some guys that are there. That
20.
They're-
You're
yeah.
allowed 320.
320s.
Okay, yeah. And the thing that was always said with that is like, there's some men in this league because they're guys who stay, and you're like, okay, so all right, this is what a man is, and then you get here, and
Foligno has
Foligno
male
was looking
male
at it,
pattern
and you're
baldness.
like, that seems like something else from what was called. Those men had hair and shit like that.
When you're like called up as a 15 for WHL, it's like, geez, like there's 20-year-olds, like they're huge, like they got these beards, like, and then you get here and it's like they're actually men, like they got kids, like they're playing for their families. It's crazy. So
Have you chirped them for being old yet? Anybody?
They trip themselves a lot
Yeah.
for it. I try not to, especially kind of the
Just
first
wondering,
month here.
at what point during the season do you make a bald joke towards Nick Foligno?
Yeah, he says them so
Yeah.
much that you don't even want to. I think that's his tactic.
The thing though is kids these days, and I've noticed this before, like if I'm like shooting hoops and I see some kids like playing basketball, they're all being so nice to each other. And I truly do think that each generation is becoming a little more empathetic and a little nicer to each other. So generally, are you the types that would be busting balls anyway? Or is it like going out of character to be like kind of a dick?
No, I mean like banter and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I think,
wouldn't
like-
try to hurt someone's
yeah,
feelings.
I'm not trying to
or
hurt their
anything.
feelings, but I feel like just like if you're kind of chirping a guy, it just kind of makes him almost feel more welcome that you're just one of the guys. Like you're not thinking too much of it. Like I feel like if you're just like kind of not talking to the kid, it's kind of weird. But if you're just like chirping him and stuff like that, it's kind of almost like you're including him.
What about your experience on the ice so far from other guys on the other side? How much attention is paid to you guys? I mean, specifically you, obviously, a lot of attention outside from the media, but like on the ice, you getting a lot of attention from guys on the other side?
I mean, it's still just like hockey, and it's another level. And I mean, people are competitive, and obviously there's no friends once you're playing. But I've had a few kind of congrats on the draft or first few games, which is great. Makes you feel good. But in the end, you're competing against them, and once you get on the ice, you're just playing hockey, going off instinct. So nothing too crazy, really.
When a player joins a team and they're known to wear a number, oftentimes there'll be some sort of conversation between he and the person wearing that number, and you figure something out, and then that person gets the number. Connor, was there any discussion when you joined the league with McDavid or Hellebuck of like, can you guys go by something else? I really like going by Connor, and I'd like that to be my thing.
No, that'd be great though. Kind of have your own
Step
tag.
aside.
Yeah,
Like,
trademark your name. But no, I actually got to train with McDavid a bit this summer though, which was pretty
He
sweet.
sucks,
so,
right?
Yeah, but no conversations like that.
He's, I mean, to have yourself described in similar breaths as Connor McDavid, what's that like? Because obviously, like, whether or not you'd like to admit it, you're considered a generational talent, and it looks that way so far. But you've also been a hockey fan, and you've seen the otherworldly things that some of these guys do. What's it like hearing stuff like that said about yourself?
I think it's cool at first for sure. When I think when I was younger, I got the exceptional status thing, and it's kind of just the other guys that have got, and it's like I'm in the same sentence in this way as that guy, which is pretty sweet. But once you hear it a bit, and he's unreal, like you all know. But for me, I'm just trying to be myself, and I think everyone loves to do comparisons or who you play like, but no two players or person are the same. So just kind of be me and let the outside noise be what it is.
Sure, you guys have been asked like a million times about the players that you idolize as kids. What about the players that you despised as kids, or you were like particularly did not like? Because everybody has those guys. Where you're like, oh, that guy's a rat. Like any of those guys.
Charlie
that come to mind?
McAvoy, famously, when he was drafted, remember? When Charlie McAvoy was drafted, there was an old tweet of his from like 2 years earlier
Yeah,
because he
I
was a
saw
Rangers
that.
fan that was
Hate
like,
the Bruins
fucking
so
hate the
much.
Bruins, man.
I saw that with Morgan Frost too.
Oh, really?
With Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like a tweet when he was 13, 14, whatever. It's pretty funny.
So mean.
God,
All
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Other
But
world, right?
in terms of players, is there anybody that you jumps out as like, man, I really couldn't stand that guy as like a fan when I was younger?
I think it's Matt Cook. I was a Carlson fan. So
Okay.
when he took his, like, I think it was his Achilles, like, I was pretty pissed off. But, like, obviously, like, it was just a freak accident. But as a kid, you don't really get that. So, but yeah, not really any, like, teams or players, I feel. I feel like you're just, like, you're cheering on your favorite team, and whoever's whoever they're playing against, like that's the opponent, I guess. So
Well, I mean,
That was also
I'm-
Matt Cook's like 15th one
Yeah.
of those,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
I'm a
he had
Bruins
a-
fan when he, not the biggest fan of what he did to Savard. So like, he's one of those guys that like there are those guys that have the reputations, or just like even a teammate of yours now, Corey Perry, was not the biggest fan of opposing fan bases. So anybody like that for you?
No, I don't think any players. I was a Canucks fan growing up, so like, maybe they're some of the teams they were playing, but nothing sticks out too
You,
much.
the
so you were
Bruins, you can say it.
5, right? You were 5 when they were in the Cup final,
Yeah,
right? So
Yeah.
like,
About almost 6.
is there much of a? I was actually calculating that the other day. I was like,
Yeah.
so he's born this
Yeah.
month. June 15th was when. Was there much of a memory of that? And what's cool, at least, is that rivalry lingered for like another few years. Marchand kept doing shit to them.
Yeah.
So like, did you have an understanding of that? Do you remember that?
I remember the finals. I remember that run pretty well, actually. Like, they beat Chicago with the Burrows OT goal, which was
Yep.
pretty cool. And then I was at Game 5 against San Jose when Bieksa got that off the stanchion. So I was in the crowd for that. And then the Bruins won, I remember just crying for like a week or whatever. Little kid, big Canucks fan.
Best
so,
time of my life.
yeah, it sucked.
Can you imagine what it would be like either of you playing on a stage like that?
Yeah, I think for me this summer, we did the prospects thing and we went to Vegas for that final. And there's like, because you're a little closer to getting drafted and, trying to play in the league and everything. And I was like, it's just so much added motivation being there and watching. And I mean, that's what we work towards every day. And that's the end goal. And I can't even imagine getting to, lift it over my head.
How much do you appreciate the foundation that was laid by Kane and Taves here? Like, obviously, not even just the banners, but, the transition from their era to now you guys' era, just like what they've built here. How much do you appreciate it, or does it add extra pressure for you guys as well?
Well, I think they're just legends. Like, obviously what they did for Chicago, like having the 3 cups, like it's kind of crazy what they're able to do in such a short time. So like, just the legacy they built here, and obviously, there probably is a bit more pressure wearing the logo just because it means so much and it's been so good. But I think at the same time, it's kind of cool that you get to be part of such like a historic team and team that's been so good for so many years. So I think I take it as a privilege. So it's cool.
I think for us growing up, we were kind of right in that era of then maybe not the first one for me, but the second and third especially. I remember really well, and you just see how much the fans and the city gets behind them. And of course, I mean, there were so many guys on those teams, but Kane and Taves being maybe the most notable, I guess. But I mean, you could go down the list. I mean, just kind of getting the chance to hopefully build something like that and being an original 6 and here with these fans, it's special. And for us, I don't see it as pressure. It's just kind of like a privilege, like Kev said.
Kevin, you're a musician.
Yeah, you could say so.
Guitar. So where do you better player, guitar or piano?
Piano. I grew up playing piano. My mom wanted me to play piano, so started with my sister. She didn't like it so much, so I had to do it. Rolled with that, and then grade 9 I quit just to focus on like hockey in school. And then just last winter at the World Juniors, a lot of guys playing guitar, and I thought it was the coolest thing. So I got one, tried it, and I loved it. So been playing kind of ever since.
Does the team know? Look, if they want to make you a healthy scratch, fine. I'm just gonna get on the organ and rip some dope shit up there.
I don't
steal
think
a show
so.
either way.
I don't think I have the talent for that one, but it's I don't know. I like it's fun to play guitar just in your free time. Like, you have so much, I feel like, free time where you can just kind of learn a new thing rather than just kind of sitting in the bed.
What kind of stuff can you play?
I like a lot of country stuff. I'm from Saskatoon, so country's pretty big there. So just kind of learning like Morgan Wallen or Zach Bryan, or just kind of like throwback like Coldplay. My dad was a big Coldplay guy, so it kind of rubbed off on me, and I like their songs too.
Country music, 4 chords is gonna unlock it all.
Yeah,
so as long as
it's
you know
super
the
easy.
G, C, A minor,
Yeah,
D,
that's all you need.
you're
You're set for like basically like all the songs.
Any hidden talents on your end?
I just play hockey, guys.
Fair enough.
That's all I do.